Hi everyone, welcome to Through Mummy's Eyes. I'm Sarah Jane and today I'm answering your questions. So today's video is going to be a Q&A about, I'd say like maybe 2 weeks ago or so, I posted on Instagram as well as I actually put up a little quick YouTube video just saying that I was happy to do a Q&A if anybody had any questions, and you guys responded. So thank you very much. And I think I'm probably going to divide this video up into 2 parts. I don't want to go over 5 questions for one video because you guys know me, I ramble a lot and I love a chat. So I can see myself definitely talking a lot. So what I'm going to do is I've written 5 questions down, which I'm going to answer. And if you guys see me glancing down, that's just what I'm doing. I'm looking at the questions. And I've got my lovely, nice, warm cup of coffee. And yeah, let's get to it. So the first question was from the Joyful Homemaker. Hi, Lauren. And you asked, why did you decide to be a stay-at-home mom? So this is actually, yes, this is an interesting one. I worked as a PA, as a secretary, for about 10 years prior to having Harry, who's my first child. And I enjoyed what I did. I did a lot of contract work, but I always knew I just kind of wanted to be at home. It's funny, I didn't grow up with a stay-at-home mom. I actually grew up with 2 very career-driven parents. But there was just something I just always it really appealed to me. And I was fortunate enough that when I met my partner, although we would struggle at times financially with only being on one income, we knew in the long run we were going to be living a type of life that the children would benefit from me being at home. It works with us, especially living in a small town. So I guess I just always kind of knew, and I have felt more like myself over the past few years. Definitely, I think I've come into my own than I ever really did before. Not to say, I didn't enjoy when I did work in London, but I just feel at peace now. I feel like myself, and so I guess I always kind of knew. Right, Emily Charlotte Vlogs, she asked, who are your favorite YouTubers? Okay, I have a lot. So right now I am definitely following Melanie, aka Mommy, and I have found her to be, not only does she work sort of as my mentor when it comes to the YouTube world, but I just find her very easy to watch. I find her very honest to watch, and we just seem to have a lot in common, which I think we both found very surprising. Melanie lives in Texas and I live in the United Kingdom, and we chat probably, I don't know, once every couple days, and I just find watching her, it just really brings me peace, and she helps calm me down when I'm stressed out. So definitely aka Mommy. Another lady that I'm enjoying watching at the moment is Janine from A Young Mum, and you guys know that definitely with Janine, I'm following the whole KonMari process, and she's the one who introduced me into it. So for those types of videos, I don't think I ever really would have watched them until I got to know Janine, and she sort of brought me into this KonMari world, if you will. And I haven't looked back since, and she's brought a lot of peace to our home. I think my husband will definitely thank her for that. I'm also watching Life in Little Toes, and I really enjoy watching them because not only are they set in London, so it's nice just to sometimes, like when they're out and about on their day in the lives and stuff, just sort of seeing what they're up to and stuff like that, and I'll recognize some of the places. I just find them to be, they're a smaller channel like myself, and they're just so grounded. And Hannah, she's got 2 very young daughters, and I'm just amazed at how good she always looks and just how lovely she is. And she's just, again, a real honest mommy. And yeah, I love watching them. And then I'll just mention one more. And that would be Laura Hoida. And I just started watching Laura recently. We're actually in a YouTube Facebook group together, and we recently collabed. I'll try and link that video up above for you guys in the iCard. But with Laura, again, I am blown away by how much this woman does. Okay, not only is she, I think she's 32 weeks pregnant, around that mark anyway, and she has a toddler, and I think her husband travels quite a bit for work, and she's a lawyer, and she does YouTube. I mean, that's a lot on your plate. She wears a lot of hats, that woman, and I just find women like that so inspiring, because being able to wear all those different hats is not easy, and she doesn't change. You can just tell in all her videos, she's just grounded. She's also dealing with diabetes too, which she mentions quite a bit in her channel. And I think sharing that journey is such a personal one. And not only that, she just does it with such poise, and she's just so humble about the whole situation. So I've really enjoyed watching those ladies recently. And yeah, you guys should definitely go check them out. If I remember, I will link their channels down below. Right, number 3 is from Nicolaka's mom. And Lizzie, you'll know I probably have not pronounced that correctly, but she said, do you drive? So that's an easy one. No, I don't. Having said that, all right, I have taken lessons. I think I've taken about 20 lessons, but I stopped about a year ago. I have lived in 3 big cities, and I've never had to drive. First of all, we've only ever had 1 car, so James has always used that for work. But second of all, now that we live in a smaller town, although I find that I don't really need to drive because everything is in walking distance, when it gets to things like the summer holidays and stuff, it would be great to just be able to jump in the car and take the kids to London, or take them to like the next big city and that kind of thing. And just to have that sort of, or just drive to like another village and stuff like that. And it's a goal. It's a personal goal of mine that I definitely do want to get done as well. So I am signed up to start lessons again, and I'm starting at the end of April. So I'm thinking about documenting that journey because I'm quite nervous about it. I'm not going to lie. I don't do very well with technical, those kind of things. Like, that's not really my forte. I'm more of an admin type of person, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it doesn't take me years and years to get it. Hopefully I pass. So I will keep you updated on that one. Right, number 4 is from Marissa Wife Life. Why did you move to the UK? Okay, coffee for this one. Why did I move to the UK? So I will try and explain this as quickly as possible because this is something I could ramble on about for sure. Well, first of all, I have a British passport. Most of my family is British. I mean, my parents are definitely British. So it wasn't ever a problem for me to be able to come to the UK and work. For those of you who don't know, I was born and raised in Canada. And have been living in the UK for the past 11 years, I think. I forgot. So I was living actually in Australia I lived in Sydney for about 18 months, and my visa had run up, and it was kind of that decision of, do I want to go to the UK and start working, like living the dream of living in London, or do I want to go back to Canada? And I am from Toronto in Canada, so it's a big city as well. And I chose London, and at the time, you know, I was in my early 20s, and I didn't have any responsibilities, and I was very lucky to get work right away, and I already had a few friends who were living over here and stuff, so it was quite an easy journey. I remember the paperwork and all that kind of stuff being quite difficult, but in the long run, having that British passport made my life a lot easier. I didn't come just on a working visa or anything like that. So it was quite an easy decision. My parents always encouraged it. My mother actually used to be a flight attendant, so she would fly over quite a bit, and so would my dad, because we get very cheap deals on flights, but that's beside the point. So I just had a lot of family around here and stuff. And then about like a couple years later, I met James. So, and he's a true Yorkshire man. Like he's not going anywhere. So, and then before we knew it, we had Harry. So that's just kind of how things fell into place. And it's funny, I will go back to Canada and visit, and I will have a lovely time. And it's great to see, you know, I still have a couple best friends there who are my children's godmothers. And it's lovely to spend time with them. And I love, you know, little things I miss, like some certain groceries in my neighborhood, and of course being with my family. But whenever I touch back down in the UK, whenever that airplane pulls into Heathrow Airport, I am so happy to be here because this definitely feels like home. So I hope that was a long rambled answer. And the last one, which I thought was like kind of a fun question, was from Mr. Square Art, I think. I think I got that right. And do you prefer TV shows or movies, and why? So I am a binge watcher for TV shows. I do not stay up very late, so I don't watch shows that are on at like 9 and 10 o'clock. I always watch them on catch up. But I'm the kind of person that loves Netflix when they come out with like the, what can I think of the word? When they come out like with the whole series. I will spend like 2 days watching all of it. Like when they come out with Orange is the New Black, and Prison Break is coming out, season 4, I think it is, next month, which I'm very excited about. Stranger Things, I like all that kind of stuff. And I will just sit there and binge watch it. And if James and I like the same TV show, we are terrible, because that's the only time that I will stay up late, because James will say, oh, just another show, because he's a night owl. So yeah, definitely TV shows, I think. I don't think I have the attention span at the moment for movies. I do like children's movies, and Harry and I do go see films quite a bit together. So yeah, TV shows, definitely Netflix, Amazon Prime, that kind of thing. So guys, I think that's going to do it. I will be posting maybe like in the next week or so another like part 2 of the Q&A. I hope you guys found out a little bit more about me. If you do have any questions after watching this and stuff, feel free to send me a message, or just pop it under the photo. You should be able to look it up on Instagram. My name is @ThroughMummysEyes. All my details will be linked down below. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye everyone.